Okay, thank you, everyone, and welcome. Hello, I'm Will Decker, brand and retail here at Plug and Play. Very excited to have you here for our batch number 9 Expo event during the Spring Summit. By the numbers, this batch we had 20 amazing startups, 66 deal flows. See, those private sessions between corporate partners and startups. That compares to 35 in our last batch, so a huge uptick. That was also not just the partners in this room, but the partners who've been in the other events throughout the days. So that means our startups here have been having an impact not just within the retail industry, but also broadly across sectors. A real testament, so awesome job. 3 investments made so far this year. Hopefully more from our awesome ventures team, and 2 topic deep dives, one of which was around the checkout revolution, where we had our newest members, Rakuten, we had JD.com come talk to the community about how that's going to change in the future. Here's our corporate ecosystem today as it stands, partners that we've worked with through the time to help them move the industry forward. And this is a look at the global ecosystem for retail Plug and Play. Still huge growth in our international locations, additional focus within e-commerce, but just a very robust, big group that's only getting bigger. So very exciting. And thank you to many of you who are here today to help make this happen. The focus of this past batch fell into these main areas: customer experience, removing friction from the customer experience. If you've got friction in your store, in your retail experience, by the end of the year, you're going to fail. Right? So solving this seamless checkout, that all goes here. Next is data capture. This was in digital transformation. How do you get good data so you can do all those cool things? Operational efficiency, huge labor costs. If you're moving the back of the store more towards your retail locations, how are you automating? How are you looking at robotics? Last mile delivery. A lot around this, and new business models. Always, how are we growing? How are we innovating? Those use cases on the technology translate into these types of buckets. Conversational AI has been very consistent throughout the past few batches. In-store and point of sale, seamless checkout, huge topic, a lot of great activity going on there. Personalization continues to be more and more parts of the conversations and what brands and retailers are looking to do and deliver for their customers. So big thank you to the Plug and Play team, Kevin, Tim, and Colleen. Couldn't do this without you. And I'd like to bring up to the stage at this point one of our partners, Rakuten, to talk a little bit about what they're looking to do in the not-so-distant future. So if you don't mind, James, come on up.
Thanks, Will. I think last year we had an amazing opening. I'm not going to spend an hour this time talking about Rakuten, but I did ask Mike and Will for a quick plug since we became a corporate partner. So we've been working with half a dozen of Plug and Play's startups to do POCs inside and outside Rakuten. Rakuten is 72 companies. It's one of the largest internet companies in the world. And we would like to work with more Plug and Play startups. As you see here, we probably have the biggest table here, 6 across. But we've been bringing more and more Rakuten subsidiaries, such as Ebates, such as Rakuten Marketing, Rakuten Slice, which is our post-purchase data panel. Any startup that's looking to build a data business, we have 20 years of e-commerce data. Any business that wants to go in Japan, we open the doors or close the doors for them. We're focused on branding, our membership, which has kind of totaled 1.2 billion people who use Rakuten services, and also the data that we have. So I think we sent out a quick email about POCs, but if you would like to work with Rakuten Group on proofs of concepts and then getting Rakuten and Rakuten customers as your customers to build your valuation and ARR, I'd be happy to look at any of your startups. So my email is james.zhang, Z-H-A-N-G, @rakuten.com. I run the Rakuten Interactive Group, which is our digital transformation, professional services, and consulting operation. And lastly, I think it's been really great to work with Will and Colleen. If you ever need help as a corporate, you just ask them for an email and they put you up here. So look forward to it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, James. And now I'd like to have join me on the stage some of my colleagues from across the globe that have flown in today, part of the retail global ecosystem. So Peter, Claudius, Jessica, Isabel, if you could come on up and join me.
Yes, all right.
What I'd like to do, besides putting faces to the names, is to have you each introduce yourself, your program, and maybe mention to the audience something you're really excited about between now and the end of the year.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Jessica from Plug and Play China. So actually, retail and brand program of Plug and Play China is only one of the vertical of 8 overall. So we have real estate, we also have supply chain, and we also have a very special one, which is government. So in China, we have this whole plan to have plug-and-play model replaced in China, and we really, really did a great job. So currently, we have six partners, great partners together with us, and we successfully opened 2 operational centers. One is in Beijing, one is in Shanghai. Another one will be in Shenzhen and Guangzhou with our current partner there. So my great passion right now is to expand the international landscape. So currently, with our current corporate right now partner here, we have already started talking with Mars, P&G, and a lot of others as well. And we want to overcome your challenge in local China market and also create more opportunities together with you. And also for the startups, from here, we have very special cross-border events to China. If you want to see more about China market, we can help you. And also we see more and more China startups, they eager to know what's happening here in US and European market. That's why we have a really good collaboration internally with our global team and to strengthen that way. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have any question, approach me, approach Will as well. And we have a really good event in China and hope to see you soon in China. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jessica. Next, Peter.
Yeah, it's not the right slide. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm Peter. I'm managing Lafayette Plug and Play. Lafayette Plug and Play is a startup accelerator based in Paris and specialized in e-commerce, retail, and fashion tech startups. We've been created 2 years ago together with Plug and Play and Galeries Lafayette Group. Galeries Lafayette Group is a 5 billion plus euros turnover group with mainly physical but also online activities. Since the start, we accelerated more than 55 startups. We've been joined by 9 additional corporate partners, brands like Lacoste, Camailleux, Kiabi, retailers like Carrefour, and so on and so on. Initially on the slide, we had some figures from 2017. Last year, we had more than 44 deal flows organized in Paris. We had 55 engagements between corporates and our startups. We just launched our call for application for the new batch starting in September. So this is a special call for the startups in the room. If you want to kickstart your business in Europe or in France, please apply. And for the corporates in the room also, if you have, of course, French activities, we'll be more than happy to discuss with you on how we could engage together in this great retail and e-commerce ecosystem in France. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabel and I'm running the Fashion for Good Plug and Play program in Amsterdam. And we focus on sustainable technologies and innovation in the apparel and textile supply chain spaces. The textile industry is one of the most polluting industries in the world. Some say it's second after oil and gas. 25% of all the chemicals used in the world are used by the fashion industry. About 10% of the carbon dioxide is generated by the fashion industry. And we use about 70 million barrels of oils annually to produce the polyester that goes into our garments. In Amsterdam, we've partnered with Fashion for Good, which is a global industry-wide initiative with a mission to transform the industry into a sustainable and circular model. We launched in April last year, and we are already halfway our third batch, accelerating 15 startups from 10 different countries. We work with a fantastic group of corporate partners, our founding members, CNA, and the Kering Group, which is the holding company of brands such as Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, Balenciaga. We work with Galeries Lafayette. We work with Adidas, with the Target Group, and Zalando, who is the first e-commerce platform in Europe. What I'm excited about is to see all of our partners sitting around the same table, not only sharing their innovation needs, technology priorities, but truly working together, sharing their resources, their experts, and working together in supporting our technologies that will shape the future of the industry.
All right, finally, I'm here representing the German retail program from Plug and Play. So in Germany, we partner with Media Market Saturn as our joint venture partner and building a platform that is focused very much on piloting with startups. So all of our partners are working very closely together, sharing piloting results, sharing their tech interests with each other. And there we really focus on taking the startups by the hand, helping them conduct the pilots with the corporate successfully. We look for enterprise-grade startups where you can really start working with them immediately, so a little bit later stage maybe. And we're also open for partners from all over the world. Our startups already are. 1/3 of them are coming from Germany, and 2/3 of them are coming from the rest of Europe or all over the world. A lot of them also from Silicon Valley or Israel. And we're looking forward very much to our European Investors Day on May 17th, where we bring together 50 of the top European investors, some US contacts as well as the angel community, to really find the quality startups for you guys and bring them together in Munich.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. So we have a special signing ceremony that we'd like to do right now. And if I could have Nori and Saeed please join me up here on stage. And Mike, come on over.
All right, guys, so in addition to this being the graduation for the brand and retail program, we also wanted to recognize a very special partnership with Panasonic. Panasonic's been with us for about almost 6 years now. They were actually our first partner for the brand and retail program, and this relationship has grown to them actually joining 7 different platforms. And so they've created a new category of partnership with Plug and Play, which is known as a strategic partnership. And one of the very unique parts of this partnership is something that we call the Plug and Play and Panasonic Showcase. I know many of you have visited us right behind the stage, but this is actually a place where we can debut in a physical space the pilots that our partners are doing with the startups that we've accelerated. And so the first iteration for the next 3 to 4 months is going to be a store of the future. And there's going to be a ton of different companies, both startups and corporates, that you can go and see in there. There's one particular startup that we're really excited about, and corporate internal innovation that we're really excited about, which is called Drinkfinity, which is a internal innovation by PepsiCo, which is actually rethinking the way you drink. We're going to be giving away one of these systems in a raffle, and we encourage you guys all to go try and actually put in your business card to see if you win. So with that, I'd like to show a quick video which kind of recaps our partnership with Panasonic, and then we'll get to the signing ceremony. So thank you.
This year's 100 years anniversary of our corporations. So we have to determine, so what is our next 100 years? How we can contribute to like society?
In
In 2013, we launched our very first industry-specific startup accelerator or innovation platform, as we're calling them today. And the reason we chose retail was because we had a lot of chops for investing in the industry and we saw there was a huge opportunity. And the idea was to bring together all of the players in the industry, from retailers to CPGs to solution providers like Panasonic.
In the last year, really, we identified kind of an opportunity to not only engage with Plug and Play in a deeper way, but to also kind of work with the corporate network that they were building here by becoming a strategic partner.
In addition to spreading across 7 different programs that we have in Silicon Valley, we also decided to launch something called the Plug and Play Panasonic Showcase, a space where we can actually feature collaborations between startups and our corporate partners, and to really bring true the mission of bringing together all of the players in the retail industry.
We are really excited to be showcasing this demo room, showing our history and our joint effort between Plug and Play Panasonic to create this corporate to startup and the entire ecosystem in Silicon Valley to be in a box.
The showcase is something that is constantly going to evolve. So right now we're focused on retail, but we really want to go where the technology is taking us. So there's a lot of really exciting things happening in healthcare. There's a lot of really exciting things happening in supply chain with robotics. So we are going to definitely tap the resources that we have here at Plug and Play to determine what the next 6 months is going to look like for the showcase. And that's what makes it such an exciting project.
Thank you so much for more than 5 years of collaboration together. But more importantly, I think we are in the beginning of our journey.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the friendship and the partnership.
Thanks.
So I welcome Saeed and Nori to the stage.
So maybe first Nuri, and then I will put him in front.
Thank you, Said and Michael. And this is very honored to be here. 5-6 years. Actually, I joined the Plug and Play membership about 2012. That was the time I moved from East Coast to Silicon Valley. That time, one of my mentors in the Valley was saying that I don't know anything about the startup collaboration. How I can do that? He was saying, oh, go to Plug and Play. You can find something. That time, Plug and Play was only 12 people, employees. And all the executives of Plug and Play members are just a manager to handling all the deal session, everything. Since then, now, I don't know how many corporate partners, more than 300 corporate partners, 420 startups are incubated here, and 14 vertical programs running. It's amazing. So I'm so glad that we are part of that community. And as I mentioned to you, by the video, not only a startup and the corporation collaborations, but inter-corporate collaborations and startup, corporate, other corporation collaboration we'd like to enhance, and we want to promote more. So please come visit our showcase room, on the second floor, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Said.
Thank you so much, Nuri. Something that I truly enjoy about my job is the relationship you build, and I love my relationship with the entrepreneurs, the startups, and it's like a movie that you can watch, like Google or Dropbox, start with the idea and go through this explosion growth. So I really enjoy that, and sometimes with the startups, I consider myself a coach or a partner in the journey. Because instead of reading the news, I like to be part of what is happening. And with the corporations, it's really the same journey. Working with Nuri, working with their aviation division, with their retail division, it's the start of becoming curious about how you work with the startups, then building a relationship with different business units to make results happen and value creation. Honestly, I don't think there is a funner job in the world. because you build great relationship, you create value, and as I have changed my name is now Saeed Sustainability Amidi. So I am really planning and hoping to be able to have the same success in sustainability and a journey. And you know, Nuri told me this is the trouble part. Everybody is invited to Olympics 2020. Panasonic is like the main sponsor, so call him for VIP tickets. That was not a joke.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Set change. So it is my pleasure to give our award, our Corporate Innovation Award for batch number 9. They're a new member to retail, but not to plug and play. But they came in with an absolute roar. So please help me, join me recognize Synchrony Financial as the winner for the Batch 9 Corporate Innovation Award.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Do you want to say a few words?
Sure. All right. So first off, many thanks to Saeed and Plug and Play for the honor of this award. We're pretty proud to have received this here. We're very excited about extending our relationship with Plug and Play to the brand and retail batch. And for us, Synchrony Ventures is only about 2 years old. So the opportunities and connections to Silicon Valley that we've established as part of the program has really proven to be invaluable. And not only has Plug and Play really helped establish ourselves from an external perspective, but the excitement and collaboration across the functions and business lines has been phenomenal. All right, so thank you very much, and we look forward to continuing to engage.
Awesome, thank you. Great, so let's get started with the presentations. And Tim, please come up and get us kicked off.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Tim. I'm very excited to walk you through this afternoon's 17 brand and retail pitches. And it is the 9th time we have this graduation event now for our brand and retail program. So we have come a long way. And just as we just gave the Corporate Innovation Award to Synchrony, we also have an Innovation Award for the best startup, and you get to decide who that will be. On the back of your name tags, you find a link, and I would ask you throughout this afternoon, please vote who is your favorite startup in terms of pitching. At the end of the day today, we will announce the winner, and the winning startup will be showcased actually in the retail space that Mike Olmsted mentioned already. But for now, let's start with the first startup. We have seen many amazing startups companies going through this building, and the first one of today is no exception. They are actually creating a new way to do commerce, also testing data, and especially they are solving the problem of hangry Uber drivers. Please meet Sabina with Cargo.
There we go. Hi. Nice to see everybody here. So my name is Sabina Rahman. I lead brand chart partnerships and merchandising for Cargo. So I want to start first by asking you all a quick question. In the last week, how many of you guys have been in an Uber or a Lyft car? I just want to raise of hands. That's a lot of hands. Good. What about the last 24 hours? Also pretty significant. So this probably wouldn't have been the case if I asked this question a few years ago. So, you know, ride sharing is a pretty transformative industry, and we all know this, and you kind of saw that right here. Over the next decade or so, rideshare is going to be growing at a tremendous rate globally. the number of hours spent in rideshare cars is going to grow about 8-fold. So there's going to be billions and billions of hours opening up in car where people are just going to be sitting there. And the big question is, what are they going to do? How are you going to use that time? And so there's a couple ways that we feel like there's a solve for this. How are we going to make that time useful, engaging, fun, productive? So there's going to be services, there's going to be amenities, and there's going to be products that are going to help make that time useful. And so for some time now, it's been really difficult for anyone to really crack this space in an efficient or effective way. That is, until now. So introducing Cargo. Cargo is a mobile retail and marketing channel that's connecting millions of products with millions of passengers every single day. Our mission is to create a premium rideshare experience for everyone. So whether you're on the way to the airport or the bar, I want to make sure that you have exactly what you want in front of you in the car every single time. So we launched last June. We're in 6 cities now. We have 4,500 cars today. We're on track to have 20,000 cars by the end of the year. This alone will put Cargo in front of 24 million passengers this year. And these passengers will primarily see Cargo for the first time. So what is it that's helping us grow at this incredible rate? Oops. There we go. So there's 3 things: drivers, riders, and brands. We work really closely with our driver community to make sure that they are leveraging our platform to help them earn more money and actually higher ratings and create a better experience for riders. Riders get the benefit of discovering products that they've never seen before through promotional activities with brands, as well as having those necessity items at their fingertips when they're in transit. And then, of course, there's brands like yourselves, many of you are here, who make this all happen. So what we've done is we've created a really powerful distribution channel for brands to get into rideshare cars and get products in front of Gen Z and millennial passengers. And our platform is multi-touch. So there's an in-car placement where we have a display case inside the car that displays all the products. Passengers take their mobile phone out, they scan the box, and they order products on their phone. They enjoy those products during or at the end of the ride, and then for months after that, we are able to retarget them with any subsequent communications from your brands. And the benefits, well, there are several benefits for brands. The one I want to highlight is, there's real-time data capture, which is actually something very new, especially in the CPG space. So at the moment in consumption, I can tell you what is going on. And then there's obviously the fact that we're creating a new distribution channel. So I'll close with, we are super excited about how we're shaping the in-car experience over the next several years, and I'm excited to invite all of you guys to join us in forming and shaping this experience. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So the next presenter is really smart. Besides being able to answer a couple of many questions correctly, #academic decathlon champion, she also knows how to ask questions the right way and in the right way. Please meet Natasja with Wiser.
Hello. So if you look at the reason why companies like Border or Blockbuster went out of business, you'll quickly identify the same underlying theme. They failed to quickly respond to changes in consumer behavior and preferences. Specifically, they failed to listen to customer feedback. And unfortunately, too many businesses today are repeating the same mistakes. And it's really easy to see why. Consumer feedback data today come in the form of, complicated and static reports, charts, and of course, large volumes of data that make it really difficult for decision makers like you or C-level executives to decide what to take action on and what customer feedback data is actually worth listening to. And that's where we come in. We started Wiser to make it easier for businesses to capture and understand customer feedback. We start first, the customers actually receive a 25-question voice of customer survey. Our gamified surveys are fun, fast, and easy. They have a high completion rate of about 83%. Because they're so fast, they can be deployed directly to your customers at point of sale in store. So some of the options, of course, are in-store tablet, kiosk, mobile app, and even through open Wi-Fi. This combination of fast surveys and in-store deployment have proven highly effective. For example, one of our customers saw an increase from 700 completed surveys per month to over 42,000 completed surveys. And to date, that customer is actually seeing between 60,000 to 70,000 a month. To put that into a different perspective, that's the difference between hearing from 0.1% of your customers to 10% of your customers, which the data people in the room know, that's a statistically viable sample size. Oops. We then trained AI to turn all of this feedback into a simple report card that anyone on your team, such as your store managers or your cashier, can actually take action on. There's no complicated bar graphs, data sets. They can quickly see where your problem areas and what variables are affecting your customer experience today. So by looking at this report card, you can see that that area where there's an F is actually the area of your business that you should focus on. When you click on these grades, our AI can even tell you how to improve those grades. All of this data is coming directly from your customer feedback that you've collected. So there's no middleman, there's no reports that are being needed to be manually put out. Today, over 1,500 small and large businesses use Wiser in 42 different countries. I'm excited to announce that Kroger will actually be launching Wiser within their mobile app by the end of the month. So why are all these enterprises coming to Wiser? Well, we're not just another survey company. We're AI to do, basically help your managers understand feedback data. Oops. My experience comes from AI, so I spent 10 years here in the Valley as a patent specialist that specialized in applications for companies like IBM and Samsung around AI. My team also includes a designer, a data scientist that specializes in deep learning, and of course my sales lead, Bjorn, who's here with me as well. Thank you so much. Check us out at wiser.com or at our simpler website, wizard.ai.
Mike is back. Fantastic. So I love the vision of the next startup. They want to recreate the high-touch personalization of a Nordstrom with a seamless checkout. At Apple, please meet Stephanie with Predict Spring.
Hi guys, I'm Stephanie Clay. I'm the VP of Sales at Predict Spring. We are a unified mobile commerce platform headquartered here in the Valley. We were founded about 5 years ago by former Google Shopping executives. I'll get more into that in just a minute, but it's worthwhile to look back at really the trajectory of innovation in retail and particularly commerce. This is not new information to anyone here, but obviously it all began in brick and mortar and then moved into e-commerce, and then more recently m-commerce with the proliferation of smartphones and wanting to shop on mobile. And really looking ahead at the shift is to what we're really looking at as unified commerce, which is where our platform comes into place. So we are a unified mobile commerce platform. We're partnering with leading brands and retailers and CPG brands to take them direct to consumer through our platform. We develop a number of different products. First, our native mobile consumer app. We've really become the gold standard in this space. We're powering brands like Calvin Klein, Cole Haan, and tons of others. Our store associate app encompasses things like clienteling, MPOS, fitting room. We're working with a number of really cool brands in that space as well. And our third product is mobile webs, leveraging the Google framework with progressive web apps and accelerated mobile pages. The really differentiating thing about our platform is that we address all channels through a single, unified, centralized system. So we have our own content management system that we wrote in-house, able to develop, leveraging a really modern, innovative backend to produce all of these various products. And the best way, I think, to really understand the value and power of our platform is to look at our customers. So if we take Michael Kors, for instance, I encourage everyone to go download the app. You can see firsthand the personalization capabilities. You're prompted to take a style quiz, so you'll have preferences set. You can actually chat live with a virtual stylist. And then on the store associate side, we're working with Max, so one of Estee Lauder brands, to power clienteling, so that high-touch customer interaction when they're in store, So you'll be able to look up local inventory, you'll be able to check out their closet, wish list, all those kinds of things to help really make that process seamless and engaging in store as well. So really, we believe that the store associate and the consumer experience are two sides of the same coin. You should really be able to empower a ubiquitous experience across all of these channels, regardless of where you are, whether you're on your phone, in line at Starbucks, browsing on the couch, or actually in store. We really believe these experiences should be what we call Uber meets Instagram. So Uber from the perspective that commerce is seamless and frictionless, and then Instagram from the standpoint that it's incredibly inspirational storytelling, so focusing on bringing the best experiences of those two sides together to take these brands direct to consumer. So would love to chat with you all more. Any questions? No time, but we will talk more later. Okay, thanks.
Thanks. So the next startup, or actually before we do that, please remember to cast your votes later on through the app, and I will keep pushing you, I'll keep targeting you, which is actually very similar to what the next startup is doing. They are targeting those customers whose customer journey stops. Please meet Chad with Ad Shoppers.
Hi everyone, I'm Chad, co-founder of Ad Shoppers, and we help brands grow beyond CRM. So to give you an idea of where the company's at, we have over $2 million in recurring revenue, 91 clients that love us. We've raised $1.5 million to date. And over on the right-hand side, you can see a graph that shows the amount of consumers that we're tracking through our network on a monthly basis. So in our world of MarTech, it's common to see stats like this where brands are mostly going to compete on customer experience at the end of the day. Amazon has won the price game. A couple months ago, an independent research firm found that about a third of customer experience initiatives end up being successful. So that means 2/3 aren't. And we think that there's a good reason why. For most brands and marketers, they can only personalize an experience for a customer that they know. So whenever someone comes to their site, 95% of the people that come there are completely unknown. We also know that a known customer who gets a personalized experience converts at a much higher rate, usually around 7%, compared to the 1% of the unknown group. So what we do is use our network of 300 million online shoppers, so most of you in the room. We turn you from an unknown visitor on a brand site into a known individual. So in a lot of ways, we use our global network data to act as a second CRM for the brands that we work with. So to give you an idea of how this is used by marketers, here's John. So John bought a fridge from Lowe's, and he goes home to register his warranty. He mails it into Frigidaire. Typically, that data is going to be locked up in their CRM. So Frigidaire puts that inside of the CRM, but John decides a couple months later that he needs to get a new water filter, so he starts his research. John most likely is known across our network, so whenever John goes to Frigidaire without us, they have no idea who John is. They show John the latest fridges that they have available, and John ends up ordering a cheap filter from Amazon because it's cheap. With Ad Shoppers, Frigidaire is allowed to show John a message about the exact fridge that he had and the water filters that he should order, along with educational content that lets John know that most of the filters on Amazon are literally filled with trash, and this is why you should order an OEM filter from Frigidaire. So these type of experiences across our network lead to about a 30% increase in conversions from these previously unknown site visitors. So to give you a high-level view of the platform, we offer a vertically integrated people-based marketing solution that allows the brand to go from an unknown person to personalized for those people. So we believe in a future that's going to enable consumers to own their data and brands to communicate through permission-based marketing. And ultimately, we want to be the trust layer. So we're raising a $5 million Series A to help acquire 250 additional enterprise brands and help us reach 1 billion shoppers across the world. Thank you.
Up next, a startup that makes it almost desirable to attract more shoplifters to your brick and mortar retail, because they take your average shoplifter and transform that person into a paying customer. It's not just magic, it's deep magic, and this is Burnt.
Good afternoon. My co-founder and I both got PhDs in machine learning from MIT and then went on to found and sell a couple of startups in retail tech. Deep Magic is using computer vision to enable unattended retail stores. We want to empower brands and operators to sell 24/7 in an abundance of new locations. Now, we're not alone in attacking autonomous retail. All of you have heard of Amazon Go, Amazon's cashierless store in Seattle. In China, more than thousands of unattended stores have opened since 2017. In the US, we have identified 1.7 million of locations where unattended retail makes perfect sense. We are not alone, but we have developed a very unique new retail format that's patent protected and then we want to use to enable these locations.
At Deep Magic, we believe that a diverse set of retail stores means quality of life for local communities and for those of us on the go. We are putting artificial intelligence to work to make physical retailers, small and large, thrive in a fast-paced and competitive world. Today, we are introducing Quick. Quick is a revolutionary retail format that lets merchants run stores unattended while offering a great experience to the shoppers. How does it work? Shoppers sign up with Quick or with a participating merchant, providing their credit card information. This gets them an electronic key to any store powered by the platform. Once inside, the shoppers help themselves to as many products as they like, and then they just leave. Quick's artificial intelligence makes sure that every item is paid for. What happens if someone tries to steal? Cameras inside the store capture everything that happens. We identify individual products and we track the movements and actions of every person in the store. The system charges shoppers for every item they take, even if they are trying to steal. The system also flags suspicious behavior for optional review. Quick stores are easy to set up and make 24-hour shopping possible in many locations, including hotels, airports, hospitals, and more. The store accommodates lots of different categories of products. If it fits on the shelf, it will sell. Life moves fast. Sometimes we need to get back to what matters real quick. Pun intended.
We are not a retailer. We enable and run these new point-of-sale terminals for brands and retail. We've had tremendous traction. We are right now deploying stores with Cisco, Samsonite, and Omnicom Group. We want to empower you. We want to empower your brand and your retail stores with unattended technology. We're deploying stores right now, and we hope to take many of you along for the ride. Thank you very much.
Over the course of the last 3 months, I have learned a lot about natural language processing and conversational AI, and that's thanks to the next startup. They are just amazing. And I think the coolest fact they have is that they actually have a Hollywood scriptwriter on retainer. This is Brandon with Eloquent Labs.
Hi everyone, I'm Brandon. I'm head of product at Eloquent Labs. We develop conversational artificial intelligence systems for enterprises. Before I dive too much into what we do exactly, I just want to thank you all that we've had conversations with over the past 3 months. Learned a lot about how you communicate with your customers currently, and even how internal communication occurs in your organizations, which has helped us to improve our product dramatically. So thank you for that. We were actually founded by 2 of Stanford's top natural language processing researchers. They left extremely promising careers in academia in order to pursue the dream of deploying state-of-the-art systems in enterprises today. This is the technology that I'm going to show for you quickly, and hopefully you'll see some differentiation between what we do and some other chatbots you might have looked at in the past. Here we have a simple website that happens to sell socks, but we've been deployed in complex retail, logistics, and insurance environments. But this simple demonstration helps to demonstrate some of the baseline capabilities. The first thing we can do is, like any good chatbot, we can answer frequently asked questions that a customer might have. Where we separate ourselves from the competition, though, is our ability to handle rephrasals, typos, and linguistic variation without you having to enter in a dozen different ways to phrase a particular question into some knowledge base. The next thing we can actually do is what I'm most excited about, and we call machine reading. We can actually take prose, HTML, PDFs, Word docs within your organization, read that with the AI, and when a user asks a question that can be answered with a span of text in that document, we can pull out that span of text and respond to their question. This eliminates the need to input question-answer pairs and serves as a good back-off model if you haven't thought of a frequently asked question that can be answered in your documentation. The last thing we can do is what we call task-oriented dialogue. This is when someone actually wants to accomplish something meaningful in your business, not just extract information. We can do sales, we can track an order, we can cancel orders, any of these number of things where we would actually plug into APIs, REST endpoints in your business, and make material changes. We can validate identity all within a conversational interface. Pretty much any GUI or web form you have online, we can turn into a conversation for your customers. Now, you might be thinking, how can we do this? There's a lot of smart people working on this problem. Why is Eloquent Labs so far ahead of the curve when it comes to accuracy and abilities in this conversational AI space? The short answer is we cheat. When our AI system is unsure of how to respond, we actually reach out to a human being at Eloquent Labs, a trained AI supervisor, and the machine actually has the ability to construct a multiple choice question that asks for the exact information it needs to proceed when it's confused. Now, the AI supervisors respond in on average 3 seconds, so while the agent is typing, we can actually update our models and respond with human-level accuracy. And while that's cool, that's not really the important part. The important part is that we've developed an artificial intelligence that can reach out and ask about the exact granular piece of data that is most confusing for it. So we're actually labeling the most uncertain portions of language, causing our accuracy rates to skyrocket, and at this point, we actually offer our product at an enterprise scale without any humans in the loop. This is why over 24 companies trust Eloquent Labs with their artificial intelligence for customer service and internal communications. I actually have a live demo set up at our table, so if you'd like to come by, input a couple quick frequently asked questions from your business, and try talking to the bot yourself, I'd be happy to demonstrate that for you later. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
The next speaker has asked me to point out the fact that he designed his own t-shirt. He's very proud of that, so please be nice about it. And if you like it, you may or may not be able to buy your own version afterwards. Not sure about that. Seems like a yes. So next up, Yair with the next company. Sorry.
It's called Productail. All right, so I'm not selling t-shirts, but you know, I'm proud of this. So basically, I'm the founder and CEO of Productail. What we do is an interactive 3D product experience for online shopping. I'd like to talk a little bit about e-commerce today and the problems we're solving. So we all know that there's one big king called Amazon. There's Amazon and everyone else, and that causes a lot of trouble for a lot of people here in the crowd, brands and retailers. Another major problem is returns. Brands and retailers are spending a lot of money on these returns. They're annoying for the consumer. They're annoying for everyone. And one of the main reasons that this happens is, for example, here we see a commercial for this juicy-looking hamburger, but what you actually get is something that looks about like that. So if you've seen a picture online of a product, you're all excited, and then it comes home and it's like not the right size, doesn't look exactly like what you thought. It's very annoying, and it's very common. So what do? We have realistic 3D interactive product experiences. So today, we're so used to all these great innovations in technology, and when we see a picture in the screen, we just want to reach out and grab it. We feel that we're there, so we're finally there, actually. And these are the 4 verticals that we're in. As you can see, the user is actually interacting with the product as if they were in the actual store. You could touch and feel the product, open it up, and in 4 verticals, like I said. And to really explain why we're different than anything that you think you might have seen. So on the right-hand side, you have the 360 images or the non-interactive 3D, which is very nice. You could see it from all angles, but you cannot do anything inside. On the left, you can see opening pockets, putting things inside the pockets. We also now have an avatar where you could see the product compared to your own body, so relative size. Our business model. So what we found is the way it's going to be in the future is a collaboration between retailers and brands. For example, Bissell and Macy's were here through Plug and Play, and each one has their own business model, but what we're doing is basically mapping out the internet, and this is going to be the way that's replacing images and the way you're going to be shopping online in the near future. The way we're going to do it and the way we're going to scale is the gig-based marketplace where user-generated experiences. And what we're here today is to build a scale machine. That's why we're here. We're looking to raise $1 million. We have a great team of 3D web and marketing experts. This thing would work. $1 million. And I'd like to thank you and welcome you to the future of e-commerce, which is with Productel. Thank you very much.
One of the big focus areas of this 9th batch of brand and retail startups was actually on technologies that enable brands and retailers to customize shopping experiences. And Josh and Divio are a natural fit for that.
Hi, my name is Josh Dorward. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Divio. Divio improves marketing performance with video mass customization and testing. Today, we are in the midst of a massive shift in how video is being distributed. We're moving from broadcast distribution on television to individualized distribution on mobile devices. Now, if you're a mobile marketer, you know that customizing your ads to make them more relevant improves performance. The problem is that customizing videos is time-consuming and expensive, making it difficult to test and learn, and ultimately to know what works. Divio solves this with software that makes it easy to mass customize your videos and automatically test performance. Let me show you what we did for one of our pilot clients, Instacart. This was Instacart's best performing ad, a static image. Now, we used existing assets and data to create dozens of videos, each customized to the user's location, to the top stores in their location, as well as their purchase history. Now, scaling a campaign like this to hundreds of cities and thousands of videos would be an impossible task. But with Divio, this can be done in just hours. And it works. We were able to reduce cost per acquisition by 25%. Let me show you what we're doing for a popular retailer, GovX. We created 25,000 videos from GovX product pages, each one customized with multiple product photos, customized discounts, as well as starred reviews. These videos are automatically updated and synced each day to Facebook, where they're shown to specific people who have seen these products before. Using performance data, we're able to continuously optimize and refresh video designs, ultimately increasing return on ad spend by 37%. This is a massive opportunity. On social media platforms alone, there's over $50 billion in ad spend annually, all moving to video, and all of that video needs to be optimized. We offer a SaaS platform for in-house marketers at brands, publishers, and their agencies, and we make money by charging a platform fee with per video pricing. If you need it, we also offer personalized video programs as a managed service. And so in summary, we are Divio. We help improve marketing performance with video mass customization and testing. We're proving that customized videos perform better than other formats, and we're doing so in a huge and fast-growing market. Please join us in building the future of personalized video. Thank you.
Up next, one of those startups that have amazing use cases across different industries. I personally imagine that the next speaker actually eats GDPR regulations for breakfast. He's Chief Compliance Officer with Relativity 6.
Hello, I'm Sam Breen, and I am indeed the Chief Compliance Officer for Relativity 6. But in order to get the job, I had to also work full-time as a business development associate, so see me at the table afterwards. We're Relativity 6, and we're the customer retention engine. So what is it that we do? Well, our co-founders met while studying at MIT, and they did a graduate thesis on the kind of behavioral economics behind unresponsive customers, or customer churn, which is something that all retailers are familiar with. They looked at this problem, and they found that transactional customer relationships seem to be at the heart of the problem between customer churn. Here's the money, here's the product, adios, and there wasn't much more after that. And this sort of led to higher customer churn than those relationships that were a little bit more personal in nature. Most retailers have an idea about this. They have off-the-shelf churn models to analyze their own churn. They measure it against industry competitors, internal models. They use primarily data inputs that they have gathered themselves. That's been our observation. But they don't utilize all their data internally. So they might be using CRM data, but they're not necessarily using call log data from their customer relations systems. So we have found, and this has been substantiated by Bain in this nice publication, that most businesses can get about a 70% accuracy rate on their customer churn projections. So this is where we come along. We take that information that those businesses are using, and we combine that information with external data. And through our system of machine learning algorithms, we offer a product that combines the internal data with external data to identify relevant churn and purchase signals. So we pride ourselves on being able to get a greater than 80% accuracy rate once our models have been deployed. So we have found that this prediction, the difference in the prediction accuracy, this 10 to 30% prediction, can equal a churn of less than a half or 1% reduction in churn, which translate economically into $5 to $10 million for a big box retailer. Again, here's a little bit about our model. The external data, we use all public data that is vital statistics. We don't troll for data or anything like that, but we use trend level data from marriage, real estate, transaction weather, economic data, plus the internal data that companies are already using. Then we run it through our proprietary algorithms to get three outputs: a propensity to lapse, a propensity to be won back, and a product recommendation for either of those customers. We integrate into APIs into CRM systems because we found that is the most efficient way for most of our customers. No one wanted a standalone system, so you can see here an integration with a Salesforce API with our recommendations in the top and some on the bottom. Here's a case study. This was our first customer, West Elm. We did a mailing with them with 5 years of customer data, which was 10 million customer records. And our recommendations in a bespoke catalog mailer versus their controlled and the regular one they would have sent out equal a 250% increase in revenue. Our technical architecture is all cloud-based, so we're totally scalable. Our largest client has 40 billion customer records that we're analyzing. And these are just a smattering of the retail businesses that we're working with. Here are a few of our partners, and it seems as though that I'm out of time. So here's Marvin waving goodbye, and thanks everyone for coming, and feel free to see me at the table afterwards if you like any questions.
All right, this concludes the first half. We're going to take 20 minutes break now, and so enjoy the sunshine outside, get a coffee, get a soda. I'll see you back at 2:30.
We're building an automated checkout experience.
We're a mobile commerce platform helping brands go direct to consumer.
We make artificial intelligence to turn feedback data into real-time tasks and insights for the different roles within a company.
We're a company that specializes in image recognition and visual search.
We are a platform to build immersive online stores.
Plug and Play brings us a broad array of technologies. It's really exciting to be a part of. We're lucky to be a member of Plug and Play and be a party to all the interesting technologies coming out.
What's interesting about Plug and Play is really the specific focus on the vertical that we're dedicated in.
It was incredible to be in front of a room full of brands and retailers to get their insight on what they're looking for in future innovation.
I'm really excited about Plug and Play because of all the international presence. We've been talking to the new arms in Berlin and Paris.
We were really interested in seeing what the future of retail means for our brands. I think it was very exciting seeing some of the other corporate partners who are investing in the retail space. My next 3 months are really about quantity of pilots that we can get out into market.
I've been meeting with all sorts of retailer prospects, companies like Toys R Us and Kohl's and TJ Maxx.
Both have been an incredible experience, such a great opportunity to be exposed to so many companies.
All right, welcome back from the break. I hope you enjoyed the sun, had a coffee, had some water. Wonderful. Please take your seats. Thank you. The next founder, the next person to pitch is multi-talented. He actually won a prestigious Dutch competition in terms of comic strip illustration. However, becoming a professional illustrator was not enough for him. Instead, he wants nothing less but to understand subconscious decision-making processes of your customers. Please meet Ganesh with Dotton.
Good afternoon, everyone. Awesome. How are you guys doing? Feeling better? Okay, super. So my name is Ganesh Iyer. I'm the founder of Dotton.us. I want to start with this statistics. 80% of the revenue for both Amazon and Netflix is actually driven by the recommendation engine. And the current recommendation engines that are out there are built based on what you have purchased, what similar purchases have been made, cookies, and the browsing history, which only represents 10% of who you are, because it's a need-based recommendation engine, which only drives the aspect of understanding your conscious mindset data. That's where we come in, is we look for, it's a B2B SaaS AI platform, we look for the subconscious behaviors of the users, which drive 90% of everyone's decision-making process, to take the personalization to a completely next level. The way we do that is through colors. Colors play a significant role in terms of influencing your subconscious behaviors and your personality. If you think about branding and marketing, the first thing that they do when they pick a logo is what colors I should pick for the logo that has an influence to my consumers. And Nippon research back in 1985 showed that it's not one colors, but series of colors. When you club them together, you can truly extract the personality of the users. Took us 3 years to build just the base model, where we have an ability to look at any images that you have posted online, or it can even be the personal accessories that you buy, shirt, pant, and personal accessories. We take those pictures, convert them into these fine pixelated colors, and in the course of 3 years, we have identified 1,560 color patterns that resonates with 150 different personality types. That's where the journey begins for us. Once we understand your personality, for the ad tech, or retail, or e-commerce, we can understand what kind of brands may resonate with you, what colors may resonate with you, what offers may resonate with you, and even we can tell you what style of email contents may resonate with you as a user. The input can be as simple as an email address, or it can be a social media account, or it can even be CRM data. These are the actual representation of our implementation. we are able to change the colors. We are able to change the offers based on who you are and also the products. We also change the email styles sent to the users based on your personality. We already have 11 customers. Last year is when we started selling. We have an MRR and ARR in place. We have been selected by both PwC and TCS to sell to their customers. One of our customers has grown by 12x in 7 months. The model is simple revenue share. We basically are looking for $1 million, which can help us acquire 8 customers in the next 2 years, and this would project us to $168 million in the next 5 years. If you have any questions, or if you want to tap into your subconscious mind and understand your personality, feel free to come to our booth where we can do a live demo for yourself. Thank you.
The next startup is already a champion. They won the prestigious Walmart V-Commerce competition. If you agree that they have the best pitch, make a mental note and vote for them later. Next up, Steven with Fusion.
No pressure, though, no pressure. Hi, everyone. So I'm Steven. I'm one of the co-founders at Fusion. And I know I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to start by taking a quick poll. Who here sells something online? Anyone? Who here uses pictures to sell it online? Cool. Stay tuned. So what we do at Fusion is we can take any camera. So you can start with a DSLR, a drone, or what we're most interested in, smartphones. Capture any object. So that could be a car, it could be food, could be a person, could be a fashion shot. And using our patented 3D reconstruction technology, we can make 3D images that can do things that a 2D can't. We can change the background, we can put on 3D tags. And in addition to being available on the web in a browser or in a mobile app, because it's 3D, it is AR, VR ready from day one. So I did a PhD in 3D reconstruction. I'm going to try to summarize it in 5 seconds. What you do is you start with camera data by walking around something in the world. We're going to aggregate that with the accelerometer, the gyroscope, the magnetometer. And using sensor fusion, we create a 3D hologram. On the left, you can see a traditional mesh. That's the physics of it. And on the right, you can see the imagery, the photorealistic images captured in 3D. Let's see. So the idea here is to replace all the images on the internet. Anywhere where you could do a 2D photo of a product, we want to do a 3D photo instead. It takes only about a minute to capture. It's not different in file size from a high-resolution JPEG, so it's very scalable. So immersive retail imaging at scale. This could be lifestyle shots, as seen on the left, or turntable shots, as seen on the right. And when I say at scale, that means ease of use. There are lots of people who will show 3D captures through artists, through fancy hardware rigs. And what makes us stand out is that we can capture it on your phone in 1 minute using no other technology. You can use it in a turntable, or you could capture a model out in the world. This gives you an active engagement metric. Because users are actually looking at what they capture, we can tell you more about them than just views. We can tell you where they're looking, what angles are doing well. And it also makes more money. At least in a few pilot programs we've done for e-commerce spaces in Japan, they found 17% improvement in click-through rate and 20% in revenue. But we're in California, so let's talk about sunglasses and marijuana. So these are 2 live companies that we're working with now. On the left is Zero UV. They're capturing sunglasses and showing them in a browser. On the right is a company called Beleaf, capturing equipment, products, and what I've been told are dank, juicy nugs. So that's an iOS app. Yeah, that's all I got. Come visit us in the booth. We're doing demos for the next few hours. Please come by, capture stuff, and think about how you can work with Fuse. Thanks.
All right, thanks. Lately, when watching Hulu, I get bombarded with these amazing visitoregon.com commercials. I don't know if you have seen them or not. And it's a beautiful state. If you haven't been, you totally should go. Portland, great city. Also headquarter of the next startup company, actually. And Praveen promised from day one to bring voodoo donuts. I haven't seen them so far. Maybe today is the day. We will see later on. But for now, Praveen with Snap to Insight.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? My name is Praveen Gopalakrishnan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Snap to Insight. We are solving a very basic unmet need in the retail industry. We help brands know how your shelves are executed across retail stores. Today, brands don't have visibility into how each retail location is executing their products and promotions. Did the retailer give me the shelf space I paid for? Did the promotions get put up in the way I wanted? We can provide shelf visibility without requiring any infrastructure from the store. Anybody who's in front of that shelf with a smartphone or camera can take that picture. It can be the brand's field force, or we can source photos through our crowdsourcing partner. Our AI and image recognition technology then analyzes the photo to identify every single product on that shelf. Brands can then know what are prioritized execution opportunities and know your competition. If you're thinking point of sale data will give you this information, well, point of sale will tell you what product sells, and we tell you why products sell or not sell. Sometimes your product is stuck in the bottom of the shelf without a price tag. We can tell you that. We provided this billion-dollar brand with visibility on product distribution and share of shelf across an entire retail chain within just a few days. To quote their head of sales, this really transformed the way the brand engaged with the retailer, because now for the first time, you actually have real shelf truth that both parties, brand and retailer, can agree on and collaborate and fix issues for. Our business model is to provide ongoing shelf insights to brands for share of shelf, distribution, pricing, promotion, and so on. We are starting to work with some of the brands that you see here, and we have already processed more than 1 million product photos. Our team combines world-class AI expertise with retail domain knowledge. We have the fastest and the most consistent image recognition technology in the marketplace. Our speed means that we can catch up with your ever-changing packaging and deliver insights to you quicker. Finally, we are bringing the power of disruptive AI to solve this very basic retail need. And we have a simple solution that does not require infrastructure and is powerful in terms of the insights that it brings. I would love to talk to you, retailers and brands in the room. If you have seen anything that is more simpler and powerful, let me know. Thank you very much.
The founders of the next company are responsible for the resurrection of William Shatner's career. Please meet Alan with R4.
Good afternoon. My name is Alan Floor. I'm the Chief Customer Officer at R4 Technologies. And the founders of R4 also created Priceline. And as he was mentioning, not only resurrected Will Shatner's career, but really they were among the first companies to understand the power of big data before anybody was calling it that, and applying the disciplines of pattern recognition and yield optimization to drive the highest level of value possible from each of their consumer relationships. After a great run at Priceline, 4 of the 5 founders of Priceline built R4 with the idea of taking that same approach to pattern recognition and yield optimization and applying it for global brands. What those companies get from R4 is an enterprise AI system that helps them quickly fuse all the data that's relevant to their business, discover opportunities in that data, optimize against very specific business goals, and then drive actions through their existing business systems to drive the realization of those business goals. Our enterprise AI use cases in consumer and retail really fall into these 3 areas around merchandising, pricing and promotion, and customer experience. I'll give you a little taste of the things we're doing. Stanley Black & Decker wanted to improve their forecast accuracy. And in a matter of 6 months, we were able to drive a 60% improvement in their forecast accuracy. And you can imagine for a company like Stanley Black & Decker what that did. Reduction of out of stocks had a dramatic and immediate impact on the top line, and they didn't have to discount unwanted inventory as deeply because they didn't have it in the first place. Another client in B2B sales had a group of individuals in a sales team that really wanted to understand better, for each of their customers, what are the 2 or 3 products I should really be focused on for them, and how should I price those products in light of local demand characteristics? The results even blew away our expectations. The sales reps who adopted our system were able to grow their book of business at a rate 3 times higher than the sales reps who didn't adopt the system, and they were able to do it with a higher gross margin because they had improved pricing and more confidence in the pricing they were giving the customer. And the last one, just to showcase the versatility of the system, is from a manufacturing client. And they asked us to come in and look at their production systems. And in a matter of months, we had driven a $48 million ROI for their first factory, and they're now expanding this to the factories around the globe. Which brings me to my last page and the statistics we're most proud of. We have a practice at R4 where if the client team wants to bring in a new account, they have to justify to our deal review team that they have a 10-fold return on investment business case for this customer. If we can't do it, we don't get to bring the customer on board. And the results have been fantastic. Our average customers now are coming back with 30 to 50 times plus annual ROIs in their spending on R4. Great statistics and a great testament to the value we can provide over time. That's it for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you'd like to learn more, see me at my table outside.
The next founder is big into couponing, like really big, like 10 millions big, because that's the amount his first startup, SnipSnap, scanned coupons. Now he's back taking a look at image recognition for all kinds of products. Next up, Ted with Slice.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Ted Mann. I'm the CEO of Slice. We are a company that specializes in visual product search. So if you've ever seen that camera icon in the search bar of a retailer's app, chances are that's probably us powering it. So first, what is visual product search? It is basically, at the most basic level, take a picture of anything and we can identify the product and match it to a retailer's catalog. We all know that people take a lot of photos every day with their smartphone. Lesser known fact, the most popular thing people do with their smartphone when they're in retail stores is take pictures of products. It's the most popular thing they do. So we're helping retailers figure out how to get those consumers to take the pictures with the retailer's apps. And we're doing that in a variety of different ways. We help a number of retailers just enable this technology for shopping, take a picture of something, find it, and buy it. We also utilize it for list creation and registry, catalog scanning, so scan right from printed material and shop right from the printed page, and of course, as my intro suggested, coupon scanning is another fantastic use case. So I only have time for one really quick demo, which hopefully it'll, there we go. So this is a quick demo of our technology compared with Amazon. So we all know that Amazon has some pretty amazing image recognition technology, but it doesn't work for everything. In fact, it doesn't work for a lot of things. So for example, take this plumbing part, right? If you were to take a picture of this with the Amazon app, unfortunately, you're not going to get any results. You're not going to get any results for a lot of things like apparel, furniture, and so on. You go into our client, the Home Depot's app, because we've trained custom models on the Home Depot's product catalog, we can identify their products with precision accuracy and return back that same product in a matter of seconds. So we do that for all of our clients. These are a handful of the clients that we work with. I'm really proud to announce that just in the course of being a part of Plug and Play, we've signed a number of new accounts in Q1. The first of these, TJ Maxx, actually came to us through Plug and Play. So that was an applause line. We're really proud of a number of these accounts and really just thrilled with Plug and Play for helping connect us with TJ Maxx and many other retailers. So I actually wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to share some of the other really great things that we've gotten out of this program. We entered this, not totally knowing what would come of it, and we had some really exciting things that we've accomplished. Number one, we signed 12 new brands in Europe and the Middle East. And this is very much as a result of all the connections and introductions that Plug and Play's been making. In fact, I think we're going to be in Germany next week doing a number of new deal flows. That amounts to $500K in new revenue, and we have an international pipeline now of $3 million, all of which has come this year and through Plug and Play. Next is strategic partnerships. So you guys may recall earlier today, PredictSpring talked. They're one of the many partners that we've been able to make through this program that have really helped us grow and expand the business. So that's really exciting. Plug and Play also helped us save some money, which is also a big part of running a startup. We're all building rocket ships, but we don't want to run out of fuel. So we're really proud of that. And last, we launched our new SDK. And for the first time, I've got a second or two left. I'd like to give you just a quick demo of it. This is our new visual search SDK. What's really cool about the new SDK is we've taken away the shutter button. So now you just simply tap on any item, and we'll immediately identify the product and match it to a retailer's product catalog. So that's Slice. Come outside to the kiosk, and I would love to give you a demo. And please also hope you'll vote for us in the poll. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dan. Next up, a person whose love for donuts may be bigger than my own, actually. He's proud of the fact that he has had one of every kind at Krispy Kreme within 24 hours period and going back for seconds the next day. Whenever he's not busy ruining his cholesterol levels, he is working on an amazing technology that helps you analyze earned media. Next up, Alan with ShareIQ.
Yes, my name is Alan. And I'm a donutaholic. And no, I'm from Kansas City. And one last thing is, before I left, Kansas City was the second fattest city, and then it went to fifth. But I don't know. But so I'm here with ShareIQ. We're about earned media measurement. And what we do is we provide brands with the tools to gain insights to better monetize their visual assets, including user, influencer, and brand-generated content. And as we saw in, this is a Catalina survey that came out in 2016. And what it really shows is the problems that CPGs are having at this time, competing against the new upstarts, the digital native brands that have come into play. And really what this is showing you the failure of current paid advertising. The lack of transparency is plaguing brands. And we've seen this week with Adidas announcing that they're dropping Facebook video ads. And what's happening is you're seeing a rise of these digital native platforms, and what they're going for is influencer-based media. They're getting a much better ROI, and you're seeing people like twits like Kylie Jenner put out a series of tweets and create a $400 million business in 18 months, which is unprecedented. You're seeing other brands within 2 years go up to $200 million. With that being said, again, what we're doing here is we've created an image tracking platform on steroids. What we're doing is we've tracked more than 1 trillion images online across social media, top blogs, Pinterest, Instagram. And we work with brands to make sure that we cover the sites and crawl the sites that interest them. And what we can do then is anytime anybody interacts with any of those images, we can show that interaction, be it a tweet, a pin, a post, a like. We can see that engagement due to the fact of our tracking technology that we have out there. We are the first brand to come to market to be able to track all those visual assets, as I mentioned before. But more importantly, we are able to work with brands to show their competitors and what type of assets and the performance of those assets online. And also, we can track down to the SKU. If you want closed-loop insights with our friends at Synchrony here with their credit cards, or if you are putting coupons, things like that online, we can track it down to the SKU and that interaction and engagement. We can also create customized audiences around the interaction of those individuals who are interacting with that content. Again, this is not a CPG problem. This problem online is it's endemic everywhere. I mean, here you see 7 of the 8 global auto companies, and as well as all top 15 beauty brands are being impacted by these small upstart brands. And the problem before, up to this point with earned media, is there's been no way to quantify the engagement that's going on. And so what we've done is we've created this platform to better compete with paid media, because there's a gazillion tools out there to work with paid media platforms. Again, just a quick product overview of what we provide. We have an analytics platform. We also have our audiences offering, and the closed loop insights. And with that, with the insights, what we do is provide a BI tool to better see the interactions of the top performing content the top blogs and publishers where that content is being interacted with, as well as the top influencers providing that. And again, competitive insights for your competitors here, and it gives you an idea of looking at that content and what's working for them. And we can package that up in reporting for you and to make it easy and disseminate. Again, once again, providing an ascertainable ROI with that earned media content, which has not been available before. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
The next founder keeps this office warm. He brought us these beautiful fleece branded jackets from Robbie Technology. You may have seen his robot rolling around already. If not, check it out later. He's going to talk about it. Samuel with Robbie Technologies.
So, good afternoon. I'm not going to make an opening line joke because it bombed yesterday really badly. Instead, I'm going to share with you, if you can labor through my presentation today, then in the last thing in the presentation, I'll give you a special surprise. So I want to kickstart with the fact that retailers are spending trillions of dollars in creating this most amazing and beautiful experiences, and they're laboring through a lot of effort to make that happen, whether it's outdoors, whether it's indoors, or whether it's online. And ultimately, it all comes down to this, right? These brown boxes. That's a uniform experience we all get. So our retail friends basically asked us, like, can you change that? Can we do two things? Number one, can we change the way that consumer is experiencing when the product arrives? And can you compress purchase to unboxing experience? So before we show you how we do it, let me explain to you or show you what we do. So with 2 taps, under 2 minutes, we're able to basically deliver a product right in your hands. And here's what we do. This is a fully autonomous robot. This is Robbie 2. This is the best one that's out there yet. So Robbie 2 can walk autonomously in the sidewalk without any handling. Is able to climb curbs or sidewalks in this scenario. Is able to navigate itself automatically. So to make that happen, we decided to launch something called Robbie Bodega. It's basically a roaming storefront. It's one step from purchase to unboxing, something that's never been done before. The reason we're doing this is because we don't want to have waiting. People love impulse buying. That's a fundamental thing that we do by having these beautiful human experiences so they buy quickly and faster. The other thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that just like you do in retail, you want to be omnipresent. Well, with this, we can do that today. We're able to basically put Robbies everywhere. And you don't need industrial capex. You don't need to spend millions of dollars buying out real estate, building that out, have a huge labor force to make sure that you manage that entire inventory. With Robbie, you don't need that. So here's one example of what we're doing. Here's an app. It unlocks the app. You choose the products you want, and then you basically confirm what you want. And instantaneously, it will send you, it responds back and saying, the Robbie is near you, and here's how long it's going to take. Within 2 minutes, you're able to see that. When the Robbie arrives, you unlock through the app itself, and you're good to go. That's how long it takes to get a product from purchase to delivery. What about human experiences? So unlike the brown boxes you see, this is the way that we basically deliver the product. You customize, you spend so many hours and decades learning and perfecting how to do the human experiences. You can design that within the Robbie itself inside. Here are a few examples of that. And from the outset also, you can basically brand the way it is. This is your roaming store. It will be everywhere. You'll be able to transact instantaneously. So a little bit about the robot. Again, like I said, it's fully autonomous. It can do any sidewalk in San Francisco, any hill actually in San Francisco. And it can go day and night, so it's 24/7. And from the performance, it's the best performer that's out there. We're able to do basically 3 to 6 miles on an average. The speed is about 10 miles an hour. The cargo volume is anywhere between 35 to 60 pounds. And it can go 20 miles in single charge. But that's not enough. We also made it hot swappable batteries, so within 3 minutes, Robbie's out again selling. It's not sitting in this warehouse, not doing anything else. We have different type of out-of-box experiences. We have things like cooling and refrigeration. We have heat packs. We also have live tracking monitoring from a back end. You can also provide the live tracking to your customers. And it's a plug-and-play cargo hold. So if you decide that you want to have certain kind of experiences, you can do that. If you decide you want a different type, we can also do that. And of course, it's a completely secure through mobile app. And then the way we sell is we are a Boeing to an airline. So you're an airline, you have B2C engagement. we build a fleet solution. So we provide the hardware and software. We're able to provide this remote security, like an IT team managing the entire fleet of robots. And at the same time, we're able to do licensing regulations and provide insurance. Finally, we have a few customers. We are doing a lot of launches coming up in summer. And then our team, from their perspective, robotics is in our DNA. My two co-founders are MIT PhDs in robotics. I'm from Apple. We've got at Google. We've got at Watson Dynamics and SR International. So that's Robbie Technologies. Like I said, we promised you something special. And since you labored through my presentation, Robbie's going to do its first beer run ever. And thanks to Plug and Play. So thank you, everybody. We have a booth out there. Join us.
No better way than to end the brand retail pitches of this Expo Day than with a company that is working on providing the ultimate checkout solution. So please meet Jordan with Standard Cognition. Jordan, check us out.
Thanks, everybody. So I'm Jordan Fisher, CEO of Standard Cognition. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we can increase shopper convenience. And this sounds like a really simple, innocuous question, but I think it's actually the center of the next retail revolution. So we all know that in e-commerce, a few seconds can be the difference between a sale and a lost customer. But in physical retail, in brick and mortar, we don't just have a few seconds of latency. Often at the most critical moment in time, when your shopper wants to give you money, we make them wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes more. How can we fix this? There's a few solutions that are on the horizon or are already arriving. There's something called Scan and Go and some competing solutions. And there's a few problems with how it works. So a shopper has to scan the item with their phone, which takes work. Again, why do you want your shopper to work to give you money? They shouldn't have to work. But there's another problem with it as well, which is it increases loss. It's really easy to not scan an item, even if you're not trying to be malicious. So that's Scan and Go. There's a lot of really interesting innovation happening in China with autonomous stores. The problem with these is that they often require RFIDs on every item, and that can be expensive logistically and also just complicated. But I think more importantly is they require facial recognition. And in China, that's kind of par for the course. In Europe, it's really a non-starter. And in America, we're sort of in an intermediate zone. But again, it's not great. And finally, there's Amazon Go, which I think is really interesting, but requires thousands of sensors. It's millions of dollars per store. And I think most important, it's for Amazon. It's not for anyone else. So how can we improve the checkout experience without any of these drawbacks? First of all, what do we want? A shopper should be able to grab something and then walk out. That's it. That's obvious. But from a store perspective, we also want convenience. So you shouldn't have to modify your items. You shouldn't have to modify your stores. You shouldn't have to modify your logistics in any way. That's what autonomous checkout should look like. So I'm going to show you, let's see, a little bit about what our solution looks like. This is a camera-only solution. There's no sensors on the shelves. There's no sensors on any of these items. And this is running in real time. Well, it's a recorded video, but it was recorded in real time. And what you'll notice is that we know exactly what every person's holding as it's happening, even if it's happening away from the shelf. So it can be tossed to another customer. We still know exactly what's happening and exactly what that SKU is. And again, no shelf sensors, no item sensors, just cameras. We can install the system overnight in a store. There we go. So just to kind of give you a quick overview of what our system looks like, it's very easy to install, cameras only, no RFID. It's the ultimate inconvenience, both for your store and for your shopper. It's privacy conscious. We don't rely on any biometrics or facial recognition whatsoever. And most importantly, it's loss aware. This does not encourage loss. In fact, it helps prevent loss. Just to kind of wrap up, we're a team of researchers, engineers, and logistical experts. And we've been working on this for a little over a year. And we're really excited to get this out of the lab and into the wild. And we have 4 major pilots that we're rolling out this year to do that. But we're always looking for other great retailers that want to give this a go and give the ultimate experience to their shoppers. Thank you.
All right, before we let you go and treat you with some Chardonnay and Robbie-delivered beer, please take out your phone, take a look at the back of your name tag, go to the Line Upper app, and cast your vote. In like 30 seconds to 1 minute, we'll have the votes. Please do it now. Vote on the startup whose pitch you like best this afternoon. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating in the 9th batch of Brand Retail. The next one is going to start already on July 11th, so not too far ahead. Kevin is sourcing right now. If you have met any companies today you're interested in, and you for some reason don't find them outside this afternoon, they are all here, but if that should happen, please approach Will, Colleen, Kevin, myself. We are more than happy to make an introduction between you and the startup. All of you are voting, that's great. Ten more seconds, I just hear. All right. Last minute attempts to register a vote in the startup section over there. Good luck. Do we have numbers? Yes, no. All right, so the winners, they're Fusion. Please come on stage. Awesome.
And then all the startups on stage?
And please, all startups on stage for one last picture. All Brand Retail Batch 9 startups coming up. Let's move over here. Like we have full space over here.
Okay. Right up on stage, Brandon.
Want to go in the back, Kevin?
Yeah, it's fine with me. I don't want to do that. Damn it, I don't want to tether.
I don't know anything photography. Sure. The thing that lens it up. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Have some beer, have some drinks. It's all outside. Join us. Thank you. Goodbye.